All right, we have Houston coach Ronald Hughey, sophomore Laila Blair, junior Tiara Young. We will open it up with coach's opening statement and then have questions from inside our room first and then hand it over to our Zoom participants. If you guys want to raise your hand out on the Zoom, we will call upon you individually to be able to unmute you and get the questions in. Thank you.
First of all, I'd just like to say Cincinnati, again, they're a really, really good team. Just didn't play well today. And Michelle does a really great job. Just hats off to our crew today for just coming out and following the game plan and doing exactly what we needed to do. Like I was saying earlier, the passion for not coming here and losing the first game showed up a few days ago in practice. Kind of got that feeling that, they wasn't going to let their actions betray their words. So again, at the end of the day, I felt like we will come in and play well and let the chips fall where they may. But the culture of this team is not reflected, in our play. It's in our bench. It's in our everything. Because again, the energy that we have and play with when we're attacking and doing what we need to do and just being there for each other, we're a really, really good team. These two up here, did an absolute great job today, but it was also set the tone by their teammates. When their teammates start to believe in each other, like they believe in each other, the sky's the limit. And that's the one thing I'm so proud of them about is they came in today with a focused mindset to be able to take care of business and follow the game plan. And, the thing is, they didn't want to let anyone down. They didn't want to let the teammates down. They wanted to play for each other and want to get on this ride together. And we wouldn't want to be any place else but here.
All right, questions from inside?
Alex with UTA here. My question here is for Laila Blair. Where do you kind of get that confidence as just a sophomore to go out there and chase 17 shots, 4 from 8 from downtown, and kind of set the tone from your team from an offensive standpoint?
I would definitely say for my teammates and my coaches, it starts with them believing in you. And I feel like I'm a strong believer in, when you have that belief in your teammates and your coaches, the sky's the limit. And you can do really anything that you really set out to do. So it was just me going out there and actually doing it, And like they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I went out there and I just played my game and I played free. And I commend my teammates, just as I said, my coaches, because I know without their support, their belief, I wouldn't be able to do it. So hats off to them because they're the main reason why I'm able to do what I do. So, yeah.
All right, any questions from Zoom? If you want to raise your hand so we can get you called on. I see a couple out there, so I know they're out there. All right, we'll send one to Chuck inside the room.
Coach, what was the key to such a really strong defensive performance? Obviously holding Cincinnati to 7 points in the first quarter enabled you to kind of build that lead that you were able to kind of play from ahead for the rest of the way.
Yeah, it started with the mindset. We put it on the board when we got in there and we said mindset, it separates you. So again, when you have that mindset and that attitude, just to take care of doing anything and everything you need to do defensively, and it separates you. Because we always talk about take care of the things that take care of winning. Don't worry about winning the basketball game. Take care of your assignment, do your job. Again, rebound the basketball, cover down like you're supposed to, get a ball screen call, rotate like you're supposed to, sprint hard. Don't even worry about making shots. Those things are happening when you're playing the game the right way. And it started with our mindset. And once we implemented the game plan, we had a couple of days, like I said, to get prepared for. We kind of broke things down day by day. Didn't try to do too much just because it's been a long season. We saved our offense for the last day because, again, I wanted them to have that fresh when we got here, but we worked the defense for the first 3 days, just kind of playing some things, 2-3 zone. We played maybe here and there all year. And so we wanted to have a chance to really get out and show how we've improved with that. The other thing was, we know we can press and everybody's going to come in with 5 different press breakers, so we want to kind of pull off of that a little bit. And again, just make them think, take time off the clock and things like that. So again, nothing that we planned wasn't executed because they were in the right mindset. And when you have the right mindset, anything that you do, you can get it done.
All right, Owen with the news record on Zoom.
So this question can kind of be answered by anybody. It's kind of following up on the defensive terminology of that last question. But, two of the leading scorers for the Bearcats this year, Akira Levy, number 2, and Jillian Hayes, number 20, were kind of held today. And I just want to ask, how did you guys see that play out? Was there a specific game plan into holding those two as they are, have been the main scorers for the Bearcats, or how did you guys see that play out today?
I would say, like Coach said, we was just locked in on taking care of our assignment. Like whoever we was set to guard, like we was locked in on taking care of that.
They did a really great job on personnel and scout reports. I think how many songs did we had?
800s.
8 100s, and all the rest of them were high 90s because again, they get a scout report test. And, when we get those, it's a direct reflection of what's going to happen on the floor.
All right, any other questions from the Zoom or inside the room? All right, short and sweet. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Okay. All right, we have Cincinnati coach Michelle Clark-Hurd with us. She'll open up with a opening statement and then we will send it out into the crowd. Anybody that's on our Zoom, if you want to raise your hand, we'll be able to call upon you individually. Coach, if you want to open with your statement.
Yeah, first just want to congratulate Houston on a great game. Hughey does a great job. Their team played hard and yeah, so just congratulate them. And we fought back. We cut the lead to 11, and I think that that's something that we kind of have done all season. Is sometimes we get off to good start, sometimes we don't, and then we battle back, and then we just make costly turnovers. And so that's growing, that's youth. You're not young anymore because we're in the tournament. So we just got to go back and we got to go to work.
All right, questions from inside the room?
Alex here. It looked like at the start of the third quarter, you guys kind of went on your best scoring run, about 8 in a row. What were some of the things you guys were doing a little different third quarter that were kind of working for you versus first half?
Well, I think, the most important thing is something that we got to go back and really work on is consistency on our defense. I think how we started getting some points is we got some stops. And we got to get better in those areas defensively and rebounding. So I think that that's something that, we played in spurts and minutes, and that was just one of those opportunities. I think just growing and learning and not taking defense and letting it lead into your offense.
All right, those within our Zoom, I see Owen still has his hand up with the news record. Owen, did you have a question for Coach?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Coach, for taking the time. I want to ask, with the majority of your locker room returning, as pretty much everyone is, not a senior, what do you anticipate the vibe being within the locker room after this game? Do you think this is going to be, this game is going to be remembered in the offseason?
Yeah, most definitely. It has to be. I think that that's something as a staff and we got to make sure that we're making sure they remember this, and we got to grow from this. We got to grow and learn, and we got to, put ourselves in better positions. So if you look at a lot of our games, we were in and we're close. But then there were like big mistakes and big runs that other teams had. So working defensively to get stops and do those things. And that's what we talked about in the locker room. Off season is going to be really crucial for us and our growth for our program.
All right, Bailey Sheffield.
Would you say that you have an idea or a plan currently on how you're going to improve the defense for your team next season?
And that's going back and going to work. And that's what we're going to do. And, you know, if you look back over my career as a coach, that's what we've always done. And, you know, we got to make sure that we go back and go to work to that, meaning fundamentals. And then we got to make sure that we are holding our kids accountable to what those things are so we can make sure that we continue to keep building.
All right, any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you all.